Hello and welcome everybody, and thank you guys for joining me again. My name is Wilky and I'm here with another Revelation Online video, or I think it's only called Revelation at this point. I'm not sure why everybody called it Revelation Online. Maybe that's the Chinese title, but I think all I've seen for the European version is it's actually only called Revelation, so we're just gonna call it that. Anyways, I'm talking a bit faster. We're just gonna go ahead and log in. I just simply love the login music and the launcher, or like the login screen. So yeah, as you can see, I am level 34. I did spend around, I think, another 6 or 7 hours that day, so I did actually yeah, play the game a bit. And the first impression video I made, I do have to stress this, was only the tutorial area, so this is not exactly how the game plays out. There's actually quite a bit more, how movement works, how the world works and everything. So there's quite a bit more that has actually happened. So yeah, basically I'm level 34. I leveled quite fast at some point due to one of these daily dungeons. So there are a lot of dailies actually. It's called Road to Greatness. This growth service seems to be like sort of like a premium type of thingy. Pretty much everything you know from any other free-to-play game that allows you to sub to the game for 30 months or 30 months, what? For 30 days or weeks, or you know, whatever time period it is, to get additional stuff. Like here, 10% more XP, daily loot, 2000 Githil. I'm not entirely sure how the currency is called, so I'm gonna guess it's Githil, because Githil sounds a bit weird, but yeah. Levity, which is stamina, a crystal pill, I'm not sure what that is, free world shout, so you can shout on the whole server twice a day. Double XP time for loot. You get the point. It's just gonna give you some premium stuff, but it also tells you daily dungeons you can do and stuff like that. And I'm gonna go for Trial of the Four Kings, because this is where I leveled quite fast, so this is what I'm gonna be showing you while I'll play the game. And I think my volume actually increased a bit, so let's turn it down. What I can tell you so far, the game hasn't crashed for me at all in all the hours I played, which is good. What the hell? Just when you will leave your position if you... What? I think I was doing a quest. Never mind. Just as I was about to say, the game never crashed. It didn't crash anytime for me, which is good because it's still in the beta, and some games have a tendency to crash. Their anti-cheat is bugging out a lot or interfering with other programs. I haven't had any of that, so that's really good. It ran very smoothly. Performance was decent. Like I said, didn't have many issues. So in terms of performance and gameplay and fluidity, I think this worked quite well for me in the beta. Now, obviously, in terms of graphics, it might not appeal to everyone. Obviously, the first thing is the graphics, or the art style, is certainly not for everyone, and I'm not really a graphic type of person, but for the sake of kind of making this a sort of review, obviously the graphics are not the best. That's just a fact. I think personally it's good, because by not having super fancy graphics, a lot of people, even with weaker PCs, will be able to play the game. Which is always a good thing for me, because I want more players, I want better performance over better graphics. But there are a lot of people that want better graphics over performance, or they want the game to look good. So obviously, this might not be for everybody. But generally, I think it looks alright. It has this Asian-y, Eastern style to it, sort of like cartoony, not as much as Blade and Soul. So it's not exactly the same art style, but yeah, it follows these footsteps, how the things work. Character models are looking a bit odd for me, at least, but that's just a personal thing, really. Alright, we're at the destination. I'm currently playing in window mode to make it easier to record, but I'm gonna change this to full screen, hoping the game will not completely bug out and stop the recording. Hopefully it didn't. I'm gonna tab out real quick in order to get this going. Sorry for that. Alright, we should be good. I think this is working right now. And Trial of the Four Kings, we're gonna do this again. This is basically where I leveled super fast, and I think this is a very interesting way. And yeah, I think progressing doesn't take long, which is always good. So the main focus is probably gonna be gearing, as well as yeah, just progressing through the story rather than a character. The downside is I didn't really receive that many skills. Also, that's just a personal issue that has nothing to do with the quality of the game. The gunner class has a skill where he changes into a so-called sniper stance, which basically means he's gonna be using the rifle, but he's gonna be super slow. His attacks are gonna hit harder, but he's gonna be like slower on his feet and stuff like that. So I'm not a fan at all of changing things and stuff like that. There you can see I leveled up again. I got a new skill, Proximity Mine. We're gonna take a look at that. Proximity Mine is what button? Where is it? It's gonna be on E, okay. And yeah. Basically, I also got a new Rage Mode skill, which is the two bars at the bottom here that'll fill up. You'll see that in just a bit. That on the left I will get a red bar, and on the right I will get this blue bar. So let's test the Proximity Mine. I haven't read it. I assume you just have to let somebody run into. I'm not sure. Yeah, it detonates and does some damage. I'm not sure if it does damage to me as well, but we're gonna see that. So the gunner is more of this like demolitionist type class thingy, which in all fairness is not exactly what I prefer. But generally all of the other classes didn't really appeal to me. But again, this is not an issue with the game, this is just an issue with me. Not everybody likes every class and stuff, so that's perfectly fine. What do we have to do here? I think reach the chest, was it? And not get hit by these blue orbs. So this is a bit of a... how should I put this? This is a bit of a bullet heli sort of thing. So this game kind of combines a lot of things together, which is interesting and a very fun approach. I kind of like that. As you can see at the very bottom, my XP bar has increased quite a bit actually. Even though I didn't really spend much time in these Trial of the Four Kings. Don't touch my treasure. So let's kill this guy real quick. Lay down the mine, alright. So basically this is like a daily dungeon where you do certain tasks, you kill mobs, in this case I open treasure chests. I messed up a bit, or rather I was unlucky to encounter a mob, because I will not be able to open every of that chest, because after these there will be 4 other ones, and after the 4 ones there will be one big one, and I think I missed too much time in order to be able to open the last one, but I'll try nonetheless. Not sure if the mob's gonna hit me. Probably will. I'm on combat. No, that's good. That's bad. Let's see. No, I'm not gonna do it. Alright. Shame on me again. But there you can... I'm not sure if it's intended that this dungeon or this daily thingy is granting me so much XP, but it definitely helped in the progress. Now, there's a spy, and I'm not sure how this dungeon works, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go for this guy. He's a skilled spy, and I'm mistaken. Oops, I actually wanted to do that. The Rage Art is basically another skill that looks like a spike thingy. It looks kind of cool, actually. I like that. But yeah, to give you, I guess, my final verdict while I do this dungeon, and I will not talk about the whole lot at this point. Basically, I think the game is actually quite solid. I actually enjoyed it more than I expected, and yeah, I'm actually surprised. The game feels quite nice combat feels really, really good. It feels fluent, it feels very responsive, so it definitely was a ping issue for me on the Chinese server. So that is completely not an issue for me at this point, so that is really good. Because if combat doesn't feel good for me in a game, then I will never play it. But yeah, besides that, I did actually enjoy my time. However, a personal thing for me is this game uses the Trinity system. And that Trinity system, I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar, but basically, content is divided, or rather, classes are divided into DPS classes like damage dealing classes, tanks, and healers. And I absolutely hate that system. I don't like it at all. But once again, pardon, this is not an issue with the game, just with me. I just don't personally like the Trinity system. I find it dull. I find this sort of, I guess, to call it class racism, that certain classes are needed and you need a tank or healer and stuff like that. It's just, I hate it really. I really prefer games where everybody can do everything and there is not this, I guess, restriction in terms of classes. But I do know that a lot of people like the Trinity system, so if you are a fan of that, if you like group content that involves having a healer, having a tank, having a proper group, then this game actually can be quite for you, because it combines action combat with this sort of Trinity system, which a lot of games like Blade and Soul, for example, do not. You do have some sort of supportive stuff with a summoner, for example, but generally everybody is a damage dealer, really, so yeah. But this game, like I said, is divided into, like I said, DPS classes, tank classes, and healers, or supports for that matter, that also wield CC and stuff. So if that's something you like and you're looking forward to, then I can tell you, you might actually find what you're looking for in Revelation. So yeah, basically that's what it is. I did 2 dungeons where I don't think we really needed a proper group for that. I was just partying up anyway to explore group content and stuff, and it worked quite nicely. So there's definitely a focus on group content and party play. So if that's something you're looking forward to, Revelation is gonna fill your need for that, really. And other than that, the bad things really, or what bugged me most, is that I kinda feel lost in this game. The good thing is, the auto walk and auto pathing and clicking on quests will actually pretty much nullify any issues you have, because it's gonna tell you quite easily and quite well where you have to go. So I never really had to Google anything. All I did was really click on the quests and stuff, and it worked. But yeah, that's just a bit of a weird feeling for me, because I tried really getting into the game, but for some reason I couldn't really. I felt lost. I still don't exactly know how the game works, which is not a bad thing, because I only played around 10 hours, but yeah, I feel like I need to read up on a lot of things to understand exactly how the game works, what's important, and stuff like that. So that is really, I guess, my only negative thing about the game. And yeah, other than that, like I said, I think it's a great game. It doesn't look bad at all. Animations look super fun, super fluid. Gameplay is super awesome, super sleek, super tight. I have no performance issues. I haven't had any performance issues in town either, which really surprised me, because there's areas in town where there's a lot of stalls and stuff like that. And you know what? I'm gonna just try and leave that dungeon, if I figure out how I can do that. Return, yeah. This is a daily raid, so now I will not be able to go to that anymore. But I just want to show you how, yeah, basically what I mean in town and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this is definitely a game a lot of people can enjoy. Party play is playing a huge role. It is free to play, so there's no initial buy-in. And let me see, where is that area? I think there. Pathfinding has ended. Alright, let's move there. Yeah, and there's not really there aren't really bad things I could say about, other than obviously Trinity system is just not my cup of tea. So if you're looking for true action combat that is not limited or like restricted by this Trinity system, you might have some trouble, really, especially in the party content. So yeah. Other than that, the flying around feels really great. Mounts, I'm not entirely sure why we still have mounts if we have wings. But yeah, that's just a bit of a thing I don't really understand. As you can see, I'm level 36, and I got quite a bit of XP in that raid. And I just want to show you the town area real quick before I sum this up. So yeah, for my personal thing, I don't think I will play the game. And that's not because it is a bad game, because I think it's actually quite a good game. And I'm surprised, because when I played it on the Chinese server, I thought this is actually a really dull and lame game. But I think this is actually quite fun. And I actually enjoyed my time quite a bit, despite it having the Trinity system, despite other things I don't really like. It actually felt fun. So I'm surprised by that, and I think this is the area where people are gonna have their stalls? Or no, I think down there is it. So stalling is a thing, which is a bit odd and out of date, I think. But it's also a nice touch, I like that, so... But I also think... I'm not sure if there is a marketplace, really. I do not have info on that, but this is last time I checked. Yeah, you can see that. People having stalls where you just go and interact. And yeah, basically like any other stalling system in any other game. And yeah, I think that's really about it. Like I said, if you like party combat, if you like action combat, not true action combat, but pretty damn close to action combat, fluid controls, solo content as well as party content, flying around a very vibrant world. It is very colorful, rich, and you know, all these, I guess, Eastern influences are very present. So if that's something that bothers you, you might have a bit of an issue with that game. But generally, I think it looks really, really playable, really good. I know some of you might be turned off because you think it doesn't look super fancy, but I think it does actually look quite well, and it runs very good, which is, like I said, the most important thing for me. So yeah, like I said, I will leave the link to the game in the description. Generally, as if I were to rate this and give you guys, I guess, a recommendation, I would say if you like party as well as solo, if you like the Trinity system, if you like action combat, then definitely give this a try. This looks really promising in that regard. There are two downsides, or rather one downside, and that is the cash shop. But I assume, at least from what I have gathered, my intel from the Chinese server, and I talked to people playing super actively and super hardcore on the Chinese server, is if you want to be the top 0.1% of the player, you will have to use the cash shop. They all made that very clear. If you want to be the very, very best, you have to spend money. But they also said you don't have to spend money at all, and what's even better is you can buy the cash shop currency with your in-game money. So if you don't like spending money at all, you don't have to, which is really great, which is always good. I hate games that alienate players, that force you to spend your own money because you have no other way to obtain things, which is really good. But yeah, thank you guys for watching my second video on Revelation. As I said, link is in the description. This is my final verdict, and as I said, I don't think I will play it because I don't like the Trinity system at all. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. It's one of the most annoying things for me in MMOs. If there is a Trinity system or like class racism, I super much hate that. But that doesn't really like mean that the game is bad. It's just absolutely something I don't like. So you will probably not see me play this game. As far as PvP goes, there's 10v10s, 3v3s I think, and also 1v1s. I'm not entirely sure about that. But there is arena, there is tiering, there are group fights and stuff like that. So there should be pretty much content for almost everyone out there. And yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. This was a bit longer, but yeah. I think I enjoyed my time. I think a lot of people can enjoy Revelation, so give it a try. It's free to play, it doesn't cost you anything. And unfortunately, I do not know when the open beta, if there is gonna be an open beta. So you just have to check the webpage, newsletters, YouTubers, streamers that put news out there. That will keep you guys informed about the launch or any open beta or future beta phases in Revelation Online. So that's it for me. I'm signing out. Hopefully you guys got some information out of that video, and see you guys in the next one as well.